Marked rooms in Escape from Tarkov are known for their high tier loot and their expensive price tag for the keys that open them themselves. The first ever marked room was located on dorms on the 3rd floor, and it is still one of the most expensive keys to get for any of the marked rooms in the game. And it's said to have some of the best loot in it, so why not, right? I've run this key a few times in the past and I've always pulled out really good stuff. Back in the day you used to be able to pull out items cases and all that sort of stuff before they were nerfed, buffed again, and it changes over time. So I thought I would check right now, with the key being worth between 11 million to 13 million rubles on the flea market, whether you can make your money back that easily by running this room. Now back in the day these keys had unlimited uses, so it was a no-brainer to buy it when you could or find it as quick as possible, but now they only have 10 uses and they are extremely rare to find. You can trade this key by trading in an RBBK key, an RBPKPM key and an RBVO key to Jaeger, but those keys have quite a hefty price tag anyway. The RBBK key goes from 6 to 8 million on the flea, the PKPM key goes from 3 to 3.5, and the RBVO goes from 4 to 6 mil on the flea at the time of this recording. Depending on what's cheaper, you can either go for the trade or just buy it outright on the flea market for the 314 marked room key in dorms. But is it worth it and as good as what it used to be? I ran this key all 10 times to see if I can make my money back, and let's just say if it wasn't for one item that I found in one of my runs, I definitely wouldn't have. So kicking straight into it, in the room 1 out of 10, our first open, we found a shrimp, which sells for 13,500 rubles. We found an SR25 that sells for 58,000 rubles. We found a Rhino 200 DS pistol, and that sells for 3,390 rubles, and then a Sega 12 gauge shotgun that sells on the flea for 75,000 rubles. That totals this room for just 149,890 rubles, and to value this correctly, I sold to whatever was more profitable, either selling to mechanic for weapons or traders, whoever give you the most, or on the flea market, depends on what is more profitable for me. And you don't need to worry about finding raid anymore. You can sell non-finding raid items on the flea market at the time of this recording, so that is good news. So even if you die, if you've got all your high tier items in your gamma container, you can still sell them. Room 2 out of 10 was a little more profitable. We found a Mark 17 556 Scar, and that sells for 59,000 rubles. We found a threaded barrel PM pistol, which sell on the flea market for 75,000 rubles. One of the new killer figurines that sells for 70,000 on the flea, a golden egg which sells for 115,000, a gold chain 27,000 rubles, a horse figurine 19,900 rubles, a Gingy keychain which had nothing in it and that sells for 50,500 rubles, a 5.7 pistol unsuppressed goes for 24,000 rubles, and then some loose rubles gave us 784 rubles. In total, the room 2 out of 10 gave us 441,184 rubles, selling to whatever gave us the most money. Now for our third open, we got another 5.7 pistol, but this time it was the FDE version and it was suppressed, so that gave us a little bit more money at 50,000 rubles. We got another shrimp pistol, so another 13,500 rubles, a normal chainlet, so just 8,000 rubles there, another threaded barrel PM pistol, 75,000 rubles, a suppressed Kedda B, that's 24,766 rubles, and then a 9A91, which sells for 47,000 rubles. In total, this room gave us 218,266 rubles. On our fourth open, we got our biggest pull yet, so we got the Rash 12 revolver, which comes in at 45,000 rubles. Then we found ourselves a key tool, which is quite a nice find. It gives you 489,000 rubles, a gold chain 27,000 rubles, a printed circuit board, so 35,000 rubles there on the flea, a cat statue, so 39,900 rubles, a spear, all kitted out with a suppressor and a scope, that sells for 388,800 rubles on the flea, and then you got a 5.56 NDR, which sells for 58,999 rubles. So in total, we made just over $1 million at 1,083,699 rubles on this run. And then run number 5, we're approaching the halfway mark. We didn't get quite as good this time around. We got 2 horse figurines, which are 19,900 rubles each. We got an RD704, which sells to traders only for 57,309 rubles. We got a Raven statue, 31,000 rubles. We got a VSK94, which sells for 54,000 rubles. We got an MP7A1 variant, which sells for 44,980 rubles. We got an AKS74, so that is a cool 20,000 rubles there as well. And then lastly, we got the P90, which sells for 75,000 rubles. And in total, on our halfway point, we made 322,089 rubles. In total, for those 5 runs, we made just over 2 million, 2,215,128 rubles to be precise. It was starting to look a bit bleak, I'm not going to lie to you. Halfway through the key uses and we've only got 2 million and we had to make up 13 million. It wasn't looking good, but the next run brought it way back for us, thanks to one little item. So on to room number 6. The big item was, of course, a green keycard that sells for 11,333,300 rubles on the flea market. That was a massive, massive find there. We found a PB suppressed pistol also, which gave 12,880 rubles. We got a gold chain, 27,000 rubles, a pro kill medallion, which is 73,999 rubles, an SA58, which is 114,000 rubles because of the variant that we found, and then a 9A91, which is 47,000 rubles. In total, for that room, we made 11,608,179 rubles. And that was all thanks to that one item. And it doesn't get better from there, I'm afraid. It just goes back downhill. But that being said, that keycard alone basically made our money back. So we're quite happy with that. But if we didn't get that keycard, we'd still be in a huge loss here. On room number 7, we got a HK416, so that's just 56,000 rubles. We got a 762 MDR, which you can't sell on the flea, so that went to mechanic for 73,827 rubles. We got a SR25 for 58,000 rubles. We got another gold chain, so another 27,000 rubles, and another P90, so another 75,000 rubles. In total, that came to 289,827 rubles. In room number 8, we found another spear with all the gubbins on it, so that's another 388,800 rubles. We got another MP7A1, that came to 44,980 rubles. We got a DVL10, this isn't the suppressed version, just the normal version, so that was 80,000 rubles. We got an AVT40, which doesn't sell on the flea, but it does sell to mechanic for 22,994 rubles. And then we got a Vepper Hunter, gave us 47,000 rubles. So in total, we got 583,774 rubles in that run. In our 9th out of 10 room opening, we found another key tool, so another 489,000 rubles there. We got a horse statue, so another 19,900 rubles. Another normal DVL10, so another 80,000 rubles. A VSK94, so 54,000 rubles. Then we found one of those politician figurines on the chair at the back, which gave us 62,999 rubles. And then a Remington M700, just the base variant, gave us 46,969 rubles on the flea, totaling this room opening at 752,868 rubles. And then lastly, our 10th room opening gave us yet another key tool, so another 489,000 rubles there, another VSK94, so another 54,000 rubles, a golden chain, 27,000 rubles, an empty Willa Z wallet, which was only 26,000 rubles. We got an Axel Parrot as well, which was 34,000 rubles, an SV98, just the basic normal green SV98, which sells for 48,420 on the flea. And then finally, a Glock 18C, totaling this run and our last run out of the 10 at 718,420 rubles. So for those last 5 rooms, we made a total of 13,953,088 rubles. But like I say, it was all thanks to that one green keycard we found in the 6th opening. So in total, combining the first half to the last half, we made a total of 16,168,216 rubles. Not too bad. The key cost me about 13 million in total to buy when I bought it, and I made a couple mil profit as well. But that being said, and this is the downside, if I didn't find that green keycard worth over 11 million rubles, I would have only made 4,834,916 rubles. And the pulls weren't great. And it wasn't just me doing these runs. Mr. Sneaks, a good friend of mine, was also doing his 10 with his key that he also bought for about 13 million rubles and didn't get a green keycard. He didn't get free key tools. He probably made about 4 million rubles in total, but you'll have to check his video on his channel when that comes out. So do I think this room is worth it? Honestly, probably not. The rarity of getting one of those coloured keycards that actually give you a lot of money is really hard. You can find a bunch of different cases, like injector cases and all that though. So if you find the key, it might be worth holding on to, but the fact that it's only got 10 uses makes it quite a challenge to make your money back, especially when the majority of the time all you're pulling out is gold chains and weapons from that room now. It never used to be like that. It used to be a lot better than it is, and I think a way of balancing this is either buff the room and the stuff inside it, or just make the key 25 uses rather than 10, but that would then make it more uses than the rest of the marked rooms, because all the marked room keys have 10 uses. So it might be due a buff at this point in time. It may get a buff in the next wipe, who knows, we'll have to check that out, but as of right now it is quite hard to make your money back, and I got very lucky with finding that green keycard. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, a like's always appreciated, and subscribe for more. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.